Hello everyone, welcome to my another cooking spree. So, as I promised, I am showing you the pre prep video which I had done over the weekend, and you can see the shorts for the detailed description. So, my husband does all the pre prep, and yeah, I showed you the cauliflower behind, right? So, like I told, I asked for florets, and he just did it in this hand mixie or use a Ergo Bosch mixer, hand mixie. So, cauliflower, yeah, I'll figure out something what to do, maybe a paratha or something. He's kneading the dough here. It stays good for 3 days. It doesn't turn out black or something. Stacking everything up just to show you. And as it is Sunday, I had soaked some moth beans. Planning to have misal pav for lunch. Misal pav is nothing but sprouted moth beans, spicy, a little more watery kind of gravy, in which you add mixture and top it with onions, lemon, and eat it with pav, the pav bhaji wala pav, or you can eat it with bread. So this is the cooked moth beans. I just kept it for boiling for 5 minutes so that it is easier. They cook very fast, so 5 to 10 minutes. Let them boil, drain the water, and I'll start preparing the sabzi. You can see I've cleaned the kitchen countertop. Like I said, over the weekend I need to clean it. Yeah. So starting with the tadka. Here I'm starting with the tadka. Normal tadka along with onion, ginger, garlic. The onion should not be roasted or mushy. Once the onion is like half cooked, a little bit transparent, you can add in the tomatoes. If you see the onion, I have cut it a little big because that's the way it is. It should be not very finely chopped. Let it roast for some time. I've already added salt. This is ginger garlic paste. Then I will cover it for some time and then open it, add in the tomatoes. It becomes little bit softer. Let me show you the masala I'm using. It shows curry powder, but it is a separate masala called misal masala. It's something like you have specific for pav bhaji. Okay, so for a misal you should always use this only. Yeah, I didn't cover it with the onions. With tomatoes I'll cover it for some time, leave it. Here's the moth beans. Drain the water, open. It should be like halfly cooked. The chunks, you can still see the chunks and feel the chunks. It should not be like a complete paste. Then go in and add the moth beans. Moth beans have added some turmeric, a little bit of chili powder. That is something. The black color masala is a homemade garam masala, and the packet which I had added, it's that misal masala which I got from the ready-made store. I was thinking I will add the entire packet, but I think it's very spicy. It will be a lot. My moth beans are not that much. I have kept little, like 25% of the thing. I didn't add it. My moth beans are like 1.5 cup, which I soaked overnight and then sprouted them. Then adding the moth beans. Give it a nice mix. Add some water. adding in some water. So you have to add more water. Some of it will be used for cooking. The moth beans will absorb those, and some it should be watery liquid because you're going to add the mixture and it will soak the water while you're eating. So it should be on the watery side, and just let it boil for a few minutes. Another thing is, generally the traditional misal pav which I had, they will have a separate dry sprouts sabzi, and they'll give you a liquid called sambar. I'm not going into much vast and in detailed recipe. This works for me, so I just go ahead with this. It tastes the same. The only thing you have to keep a note is the misal masala. You get it in any of the supermarkets, you can use that. That will give you the exact taste, which the like originally the misal has. Just showing you a closer look. It should look like chatpata, spicy, and that's why I added a lot of oil. If you had noticed in the earlier while doing the tadka, it should be watery. This is my masala dabba or dani. So whatever leftover masalas are, I keep it so that I can use it with some other veggies, or if I make some semia upma, I add the Maggi masala. If I make some sabji, I'll reuse this misal masala that way. Let it boil. Finally eating. So I had added the misal and then the sabzi which I made, and then I added a mixture on top of it, and I'll add finely chopped onions, squeeze in some lemon, and have with the bread. It was amazing. The taste was nice, and I actually like to cook something different over the weekend. So happy cooking!